everybody. I'm your host, Jaime Soretta. On this podcast, we celebrate everything local. I want to introduce to you two best friends in the sweet business together at Frosted Bakehouse in Ahwatukee, Christina Diaz and Celeste Figueroa. Hello, ladies.
Hi.
It's great to see you.
You too.
So I introduced you as besties, and this is true. This rings. Let's start with the tattoos you just got. Tell me about this.
Branded for life.
FBH.
We're stuck with each other
for
forever.
Frosted Bakehouse.
With a heart. And yet Frosted Bakehouse is how old now?
Oh, barely a month and a half, probably
Yeah.
just under 2 months. We're little babies right now.
Just opened with the brick and mortar.
Yes.
Right before Valentine's Day. So thank you for having me out there. It was so much fun being out there on Valentine's Day with local love and seeing the excitement of the store. But you guys have known each other for a while and have been baking kind of with your dueling baking businesses together but separate. Christina, tell me about how you guys met.
So we both worked for a high-end grocery chain locally in Arizona. And then I was a trainer, I guess, a manager trainer, and we hired Celeste.
I was fresh out of high school when they brought me in. And I was a little cake decorator from home. So she taught me actually how to decorate cakes at the
Now
grocery
she's
store.
better than me.
Oh, stop it.
So she's so talented. But we met there, and then we both grew with the company, and we moved on to our own locations, managed bakeries with the company, and then we kind of went off and did our own thing, but we stayed friends, throughout the growth.
How long were you with the grocery store chain?
I believe I was there for 11 years.
And I believe I was there for about 8 years.
Oh, wow. So both substantial. So you
Yeah.
learned a lot.
We were
while
did,
there.
yes.
And then maintain the friendship too.
Mm-hmm.
So while you were both doing your own thing, what made you want to do something together?
I think we had talked a lot about how much we loved baking from home and how much we loved our businesses, but it was just so hard because we were both overflowing our homes. We had racks in the living rooms. We had taken over certain parts of our house. Our kitchen sinks were just always overflown with dishes. So we just really wanted to do something big, but it's hard to make the step into a brick and mortar by yourself. And especially when you want to bring in a coffee shop and a bakery, it's a really huge commitment. So I think it was just something that we had talked about over months, and then we just decided, let's just do it, because I wouldn't do it with anybody else, she wouldn't do it with anybody else, and we just really trusted each other through this process.
And that's important. That trust is important.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's huge. You're really dedicating your everyday life to this person, hoping for the best. But what really, really stuck with us is just our work ethic. We both are really, really hard workers. We ran our businesses by ourselves. Each on our own, which means we're the manager, we're the dishwasher, we're the bakers, we are the admin. And so we eat, slept, and breathed
Yeah, yeah.
the business. And we knew that I knew no matter what, she's going to work hard for me and I'm going to work hard for her.
Yeah.
I feel like the whole process, starting the bakery and starting the concept, the idea, was a huge growing moment for the two of us, because before we opened the bakery, we were actually trying to open it and come up with our plan for about 2.5 years before. So we learned a lot about each other. We grew a lot with each other and just really learned a lot about the whole process with each other. So that was a really big moment for us, I would say.
Yeah, 2.5 years before the doors ever opened.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then before, were you baking at home under the cottage law, or how does that work?
Yeah, so we were both baking from home through the cottage law. And with that, too, you have a lot of regulations. You can't make certain items. So that really restricted us at home. So another reason why we really wanted to expand, because we had that pastry experience from our previous job. And just at home, we have such creative ideas and mindsets. We just couldn't restrain ourselves to just a custom cake.
It was time to grow.
Yeah.
And grow you did. So Frosted Bakehouse in Ahwatukee. Tell me exactly where you're located, Christina.
So we're at 5033 East Elliott Road. We're next to KTR, and then there is an amazing business next to us called the Bagel Man, who has like a cult following for his bagel. So we are blessed with the best neighbors.
Oh, how cool. And you are bringing coffee to the neighborhood too.
We are.
So what do you say? Caffeine and cupcakes? Is that what it is?
We are cupcakes and caffeine. I call myself the cupcake.
And
she-
I'm the caffeine.
And you're wearing the logo today with your little shirt. So you guys made yourselves into little, I don't know, they look like little characters, if you will, but they're adorable.
They're little mascots.
Yes, so you know who's who now.
Yeah.
But you had to, I imagine, coffee's a big deal. So you must have had to do a lot of research to figure out that area of how you're going to present that to the customers.
Yeah, we got really lucky. Christina's past work experience working for a coffee roaster. We have our own custom blend, so it comes from a locally sourced coffee roaster in Phoenix.
Yeah, I actually played the role of like customer retention and helped some of those local small businesses open their coffee shops. So menu planning, drink development, and so kind of looking at all these businesses and what they chose throughout the years, I kind of learned what I would want to bring with me to our shop. And so that's why I'm the coffee and she's the cupcake.
Yeah.
Coffee was huge for us because we're diehard coffee drinkers too.
Every day.
So.
Every day. How many cups are you getting?
1 to 2.
Yeah.
1 to 2?
With a
2.
green tea to finish off the day.
So you're jittering when you're hitting the sack at night?
Yeah, a little bit.
Not me. I'm like a 10 p.m. coffee drinker and then
You
I go
are?
to bed.
Oh my goodness gracious, with the caffeine and
Yeah.
not decaffeinated. So tell me about your coffee then.
So we are dark roast girlies. So we like dark roast. Our house blend is dark, very dark. And our espresso really pulls through like all of the sugar and cream that everyone adds to their coffee. So we wanted that coffee punch, even if you're adding sweetness to it.
We were very particular through the process. We were trying many different blends, so it took us a while to really find the one that we truly loved. But at the end of the day, we're dark roast girls, so and it was really hard to find that. So we finally found basically like the one, and it's our exclusive bean. So it's been pretty awesome. We
What do you
love our
think
coffee.
of folks like doing a coffee crawl these days? I'm
Oh,
seeing
I
that
love
more on
it.
social media where people are, bar hopping for coffee.
You know, we actually used to do that a lot with each other before we opened the shop because we had a little more time on our hands.
Yeah.
We would go out to different bakeries, different coffee shops, just because we just love sweets and coffee. So we just love supporting other local businesses, getting to know other women in business and other coffee shop owners. So yeah, we actually love that.
I like the coffee crawls too when they put together like a punch card of some sort and they go. It actually like, because we're big like community over competition, so it brings some coffee shops together to like for a common cause, also to bring people into different shops that maybe they wouldn't have known without those cards.
Right.
I love it.
And then we haven't even talked about the cupcakes or the sweets yet, because I mean, when you walk in that door, whoo, everything is beautiful. You guys did a great job just
Thank you so
decorating and
much.
decor, and it feels good in there. It feels happy in there. And then you get up to the bakery case, and holy smokes, your eyes just come alive. What will we see when we come by?
So you'll definitely catch the cupcakes. I feel like that's the first thing you see. They're at the top of the case. And then as you go down, we have a row of all of our cookies. Like we have our M&M Chunkies right here. We have so many different flavors of Chunkies. We always have our classic chocolate chip and our banana pudding Chunky.
Oh.
That one's had a little cult following lately. It's a really good cookie. Then we have like oatmeal cream pie sandwiches. We really prided ourselves on nostalgic flavors. When we were both working from home, we just loved creating recreations of like an oatmeal cream pie sandwich, the Little Debbie's, and then
Cosmic brownies.
cosmic
Oh,
brownies.
oh,
They're
yes,
so good.
It's part of my fond memories of when I was a kid. Like my brother's like a die-hard Cosmic Brownie fan. And we just had to have our version of that.
And our version happens to be gluten-free too. So that really helps out with a lot of people in the community who have that intolerance. And then as you go down, we also have a lot of breakfast pastries. So it's funny because when we were first talking about the bakery, we're kind of iffy on involving some breakfast items because, we are so specialized in desserts, but we figured if we're going to have all this really good coffee, we got to have some really good pastries.
Right.
So we just had created the cheese Danish that we sell probably just like a week before we opened. And it's one of the best selling items in the breakfast case, along with the cinnamon rolls, of course.
Ooh, yum.
So yeah, we also have a cold case next to that, and we have shop cakes, we have brownies, we have
Shop cakes,
pup
what does that mean?
cakes. So shop cakes are like smaller versions of like customized cakes that are pre-decorated that we make fresh daily, just in case it's your mom's birthday and you forgot. Well, you can come in and pick up a cake for her.
She'll never know you
Exactly.
forgot. That's definitely awesome. So when you guys moved into this brick and mortar, now you are providing something that needs to be fresh. What happens with the overflow? How are you guys baking overnight? Do you ever sleep?
Good question.
Yeah, I mean, we prep. So we prep a lot ahead of time so that we can bake fresh every day. And when we do have minimal leftover items, we box it up and we take it to the fire station or to the police station. For Easter,
hospitals.
we took it to an emergency vet hospital that we both use and love. And they're so appreciative of it. So none of our goodies go to waste.
Yeah. Very, very, that's good to hear. What did you learn with opening a brick and mortar? What would you tell people? Oh gosh, I would never want someone to make this mistake. I mean, you're talking about codes, you're talking about build outs, because what was that space before?
Previously, it was a seafood restaurant. So there was a lot of shiplap, a lot of brown everywhere.
Pirate ship
yeah.
vibes.
You can do a pirate ship bake shop.
I think
Ahoy.
one of the most important parts that we, in the beginning, like I said, it took us 2.5 years because I feel like we were kind of rushing in a sense, but it was just really hard to time everything with our funding through our bank. We had a really good opportunity with Chicanos por la Causa. They helped us a lot with our funding. So honestly, because of them, they made this possible. But it's just the timing of everything, getting your funding approved in time for a space to believe in you. You really have to fight for yourself and explain why your small business that no one's ever heard of before is going to do great here. So
I think, I'm just going to play off what you said. I think a big thing for me would be secure funding before. I think that it's really hard to convince people to believe in you when you're just a home baker. Even though our sales were there, and I think we had the clientele, we have amazing clientele, but trying to explain that to somebody that doesn't know you or trust you, I think, so personally in our experience, I think it was a blessing in disguise.
What was?
So we didn't secure funding as soon as we needed in order to secure this particular space that we wanted. And then in the end, when our funding was secured, we didn't end up getting that space, but it was for the best for us. And then we ended up finding this space, or I guess we should say that space found us. And I think we're in the place that we need to be.
yeah.
Along with that, we learned a lot about each other. We learned a lot about what we wanted, what we didn't want in that time frame of waiting for funding to be locked in and ready to go. And then I think, finding Chicanos por la Causa was so amazing because they listened to us, they heard us, and it wasn't the easiest process because, nothing with funding really is, but just walking out of there and feeling like they really believed in us was pretty awesome.
Do they offer grants or how does this work?
They have a lot of different options. It really just depends on what category you fall in. But if we're able to share, we did secure something with the county, which provided us with an extremely low interest rate for a small business. And we secured it literally with days before they closed it.
Our issue was that even though we had our business histories and our income history, it didn't really matter because we were creating a completely new, entity. So because of them, they were able to hear us out on both ends and really believe in us and secure funding for the new name of Frosted Bakehouse with our history of sales from before.
So they were able to look at those numbers, see the marriage of that moving forward.
Which nobody really does.
Nobody cared.
So you have like 10 seconds to pretty much explain yourself to someone, and it's their choice to listen to you or not is kind of the experience that we got.
So it's hard
go ahead.
because I feel like we could tell someone, make sure you do A, B, and C if you're going to start the same process, but at the same time going through the no's and rejections almost is just a learning experience for you, like as you're growing and as you're going into business. But I would just say, just don't rush into a space just because it might seem like a good opportunity, because we were fighting for a space, like she mentioned before, that we thought was the one, and we were ready. But at the end of the day, it would have put us into debt, probably a lot.
I think we were more in love with like the property manager and the owner. I mean, they were so like sweet and understanding, and it sounded like they seemed really like they believed in us, which, we loved that about them. And, it's like a landlord. You just never know who you're going to get. And we fell in love with the landlord. So, but ultimately it just wasn't the space for us, and we're okay with that. So,
and the timing of it all that brought us to Ahwatukee is just honestly just crazy to think about, because we were going through a different situation and through a grant through the county, it was just a little different. So we had a time frame we had to stick to, and we were 2 weeks out of losing the loan, basically.
Oh my gosh.
And then we had an angel of a real estate agent reach out to us and was like, hey, a friend of mine's gotten a cake from you. You have a bakery. KTR's opening next door. This would be a great opportunity for you. It's previously a restaurant, which was crucial for funding purposes. So it just worked out in the end, and it's kind of crazy how it all fell into place.
Shout out to Ingrid. The real estate agent.
Ingrid just gave me chills when you told that story. So did you have a real estate agent? She wasn't your real estate agent?
No, she was the real estate agent for the space. And we had our own Alex.
Alex Lanning, he stuck with us for 2.5 years. So bless him, because a lot of people would have just dropped us. You know what? You guys are taking too long. But in the end, he stuck around and helped us, and he was amazing. She was amazing, and honestly, because the two of them, we closed on that space within just a month after that.
So Ingrid had this space. She happened to have a slice of cake.
Yeah.
At a birthday party.
Yeah.
And looked you guys up.
Yeah, emailed us, and we were shocked. We thought it was a scam or a prank, because we were literally about to lose the loan. So,
well, I think her job too is to really like find businesses that are going to fit the mold for what they're trying to create. Right. And I mean, what are the chances that she would have reached out to her? Well, it was at the time just Sully Sweet, so she reached out to her. And we're like, that's got to be a scam.
Yeah.
Like, don't reply.
The timing of it all was crazy, but it ended up working out. And this plaza that we are with now they listen to us. You know, they hear us out. They offer a lot of benefits with it. But yeah, honestly, we couldn't have been in a better place. And now,
we have great neighbors. So.
Yeah, being in Ahwatukee is not somewhere we would have looked originally.
Because you're in Mesa. I know I visited you in Mesa. Were you in Mesa too, Christina?
I was in like Chandler or Gilbert.
Okay, so East Valley. You were thinking East Valley.
Yeah, we were trying to stick to the East Valley near like the 60. So we weren't even looking beyond the 10. And here we are in Ahwatukee, and it's been the best space for us.
Oh, that's wonderful to hear. That's a good story.
Yeah, it's well, it's funny because Ingrid came in to visit us not too long ago, and we were like, I mean, I can't believe it, but thanks to you for finding us.
Yeah.
It was kind of an emotional moment.
Oh my gosh, you're going to bring tears to my eyes.
Yeah.
So it's a cool moment.
So whose birthday was it that she had the cake?
It was, she was bridesmaids with someone, and that person had a cake at her party. So it was just like word of mouth, basically.
Was it the strawberry cake?
I hope so. The strawberry shorty.
Yes, was it the strawberry cake? Oh my goodness. So that's a crazy story.
Yeah.
And I know that you guys did so much of the work within the restaurant, the build out space. Tell me about you have when you open up a door, you want people to feel your vibe right when you do that, and you did that so beautifully. What is the dream? What is the neon that you have in a dream?
It was all a dream.
It was all a dream,
and that actually came from another local business friend of ours. She did sell that to us from her previous nutrition shop that she closed and opened something completely different. But yeah, that was really awesome of her. It just kind of is nice to see the meaning of that and like who it was for before, and now it's for us. So it's a really nice sign to have over there.
So talk to me about the cabinetry. I think you guys even said the trash receptacles have been, have a shine of beautiful paint on them. Everything has been touched by friends and family.
Yeah, I do have to thank Celeste, because she's like, I want to call her our creative director because she's very creative, but she did like this little drawing on paper of where she wanted everything to be, and like the vision literally is what she created. So it's pretty cool to see that. But we had a really awesome friend of ours who is a contractor, and he like does it all, and we loved working with him. Like we literally are like, oh, we miss you. When are you gonna come by? Because it's cool. You see those people every day. So they helped us with a lot. We did a lot of DIY painting. We did our bathroom ourselves. And then my husband works for like a custom suspension like car shop. So he took the trash can from the previous business, and it was the only thing that we kept. And then he had it custom painted like a pink glitter color. So that was like a cool little nostalgic moment for the previous business that was there.
And it's got some shine to it.
Oh yeah, it's got glitter on glitter.
And you guys also have a bubblegum machine.
Oh yeah, it's so funny because that was such a small piece, I feel like, to many people, but to us that was our must-have. We need to find a vintage gumball machine. So we were searching for months, and then we just found it on Facebook Marketplace one day, and we ran and got it.
Brand new in the box, never touched.
Wow.
Brand new vintage. So we just love having these little touches of nostalgia. It's very Y2K 90s like feel, but we didn't want to throw that in your face. We kind of just want you to feel it and see it. Like, wow, that purple bathroom door really reminds me of Friends. I'm like, I'm glad it does, because that's exactly what we want you to feel like, our orange couch and little things like that, the pink tiles in the bathroom. So those little touches are what we really wanted to incorporate without kind of like having it plastered all over the place.
So you guys are like Taylor Swift. You've got Easter eggs all over your place.
Yeah, right. Pretty
Little
much.
hidden messages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's talk about some of the food that you have in front of you. I know we have pictures and everything for people who are watching the podcast, but you guys have brought some treats. So what do you have?
So we have our Chunkies, little ASMR.
We love the ASMR, yes.
Chunky cookies, so they're crispy on the outside, soft on the soft on the inside, and we have a variety of those daily.
Okay.
Rice Krispie treats, and of course, can't go wrong with a little cake pop.
And we had to tell people that you mentioned one of your neighbors as KTR.
Mm-hmm.
What is that? Because I feel like there's going to be a nice tie-in there, especially as we move toward the summer.
Definitely family friendly. There's always kids' birthday parties next door. There's skateboarding, they're rollerblading. So it's a really fun facility. And they have a very large seating area on the second level where parents can just watch their kids. They have toddler time. So there's a lot of fun family activities going on all the time there.
So they're going to need some cookies and treats and and cake
Some
They
pops.
just
birthday
opened
cakes.
actually right before us too.
Oh, really?
So a lot of new, that plaza is definitely growing, and we're just really excited to be a part of that growth.
Right, no doubt about it. And everyone needs their coffee.
Yes.
People are lining up for their coffee for sure and their pastries. Talk to me a little bit about moving forward, because it's, end of April-ish. I know you guys have a lot of projects that you want to get done, ways to invite people into your space. Tell me about some events and workshops, etc.
So we're definitely getting into the graduation Mother's Day season. So we're planning on having a lot of fun activities. Specifically for Mother's Day, we're going to have a bloom bar in front of the bakery.
A what?
A bloom bar. So you could build
flowers.
your own bouquets. We're going to have one of our good friends that we actually met at our previous job together. She does florals. So she's going to set up a section outside where you can build your own flowers, come in, get your coffee, pay for your flowers, and kind of be on your way. And then we'll have a big Mother's Day selection, just a lot of floral, springy items. And we really want to do, we'll have our Mother's Day class. So we always do a Mother's Day cake decorating class. It's kind of like a mommy and me. So you guys both get to work on a custom cake with each other.
No,
It'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, that always does really well, and we've had a lot of people ask about classes. So as we progress and grow, we're starting Cars and Coffee, which will be the first Sunday of every month. Just a way to get some cool vintage cars to the shop. And then also during the summer, we plan to do some kid classes, just to invite parents to do something fun that's a little less expensive than our bigger classes, like cupcake decorating and things like that.
very cool. And how many employees do you guys have now?
We're a strong team of 7 in total, including Christina and myself.
Oh, wow.
Strong but mighty.
Yes.
They help run that shop. We have really amazing employees, so.
Walk me through what it takes to run that shop. I mean, are people there almost 24/7?
Basically, so we have our baker that comes in at 4 a.m, and she does a lot of her prep the day previous. So she just comes in and puts everything in the oven. We have a proofer that rises our doughs, our danishes and cinnamon rolls, gets everything out, and then just continues her prep for the week and for the following day. Then we have the cupcake decorator, which is myself at the moment. I come in at 5 a.m. and I put out cupcakes. I put fresh frosting on them, and then I start baking the next batch for the following day. Then we have shop cakes. Christina does a lot of the brownies and bars on a regular basis. And then we have our morning crew that comes in at 9:30, and they both close the shop for us. So sometimes we don't have to stay as late. So they close up shop, and that's basically every single day there at the bakery.
So what time do you open? What time do you close?
We open at 6 a.m. and close at 5 p.m. Wednesday through Friday. And then on Saturdays, we are open from 8 to 5 and Sundays from 8 to 3.
You guys have such a wide variety of treats there. How does that work in the bakery back there, in the ovens, etc.? How are you rotating things? How are you
Everybody gets their
managing it?
turn.
Really?
I know, we're always like, so what's the situation on the oven right now?
Yeah.
So
Anyone using the oven right now? Okay, good. I'm going to take it.
Oh, wow.
We actually have a double oven that we had purchased used, and unfortunately the bottom has not been working since we purchased it.
Oh.
So we're just waiting on a little swap on our warranty, but unfortunately that's kind of held us up on our busy prep days.
Right.
But a lot of it is just prepping everything days in advance,
teamwork.
teamwork,
Yeah.
communication.
Yeah, logistics.
So-
I mean, running logistics for sure, as far as that oven
Yes.
must be a
Yeah.
hot commodity.
And then we
Yes.
also have wholesale accounts too that we bake for and deliver to, which has been a huge thing for us throughout this process. So
So you want to shout out, give some names? Where can we find
Absolutely.
where can we find your products?
yeah, so our big account that we do is for Mis Raices, which is on Grand.
Say it
It's
again.
Mis Raices. It's like a Mexican coffee shop. owned by an amazing family. The owner, her name's Clara, and we've been helping her for quite a while.
Since she's opened her shop a couple years ago or a year ago.
Almost like 2 years, I think.
We've been offering her pastries. So I've always been doing her cinnamon rolls and muffins. Christina's always been doing her brownies, cookies, and just so much more. So we've both been doing that previous to the bakery, and now we just continue that, and she's just been getting busier and busier. So she's been a really good, friend and customer of ours technically. So.
Oh, that's awesome. Where is that exactly located, Grand Avenue?
It's in downtown Phoenix here off of Grand Avenue.
Okay.
So it's right next to Testal too.
Oh, yeah.
So
Okay,
right
yeah.
next door to them.
There's a plant place over there,
Yes.
too. Okay,
Yeah,
I know
there is.
exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's a really cute shop.
Yeah.
It was the home of the old Chacha's Tea Lounge.
Oh, okay. All right. And do you have other wholesale?
We do a little bit for Cafe Boa, which is an Italian restaurant. They got cinnamon rolls for us and did a Easter dish out of them. And then every now and then we just have people contact us. We have probably 3 or 4 right now in the works that we'll be launching in the next couple months.
Oh, my goodness. Can you handle that? Are you guys ready?
Our
We got
baker
this,
Lupe is
sister.
on it.
Oh my goodness. So what do you want people to really know about making the jump into having that business that they are working out of their home and they're ready to go full time on this? They're ready to open a brick and mortar, which means employees, which means more overhead, which means a landlord you guys mentioned. What would you tell people before making that jump to really think hard about and what to do, what not to do?
I would definitely say over prepare yourself. If you think you're prepared, you're probably still underprepared. I mean, in the 2.5 years that we took to, honestly, we had employee guides, we had templates made. We thought we were like ready to go. And then you can't really put your foot in until you're there and opening and moving and working. So I would just say over prepare financially, just have yourself organized. There's just a lot that you won't expect to kind of come at you.
What surprised you? What did come at you that you thought, I'd never...
It's like buying a new home. When you move into a new house or new apartment and everything starts breaking, well, that's kind of what happened for us in the beginning. There's like a plumbing issue here and then electrical issue here. So as long as you can financially prepare yourself for that, then things will go a little smoother. So luckily, we felt like we were a little prepared on that end. We really, really budgeted and really saved prior to moving into the bakery. So I would just say prepare yourself financially for sure.
Yeah, I think I would say for mine would be find people you can trust to work with. Having a friend as our contractor was the most amazing decision we made. And he really worked with us. And to this day, if we have any issues, we're like, George, we have a question.
Yeah.
You might as well shout out George because, people are always looking for a good contractor.
Yeah, he's with Arizona Upgrade Services.
Okay. Ask for George.
His name is George.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, DM me. I'll give you his number.
There you go, yeah.
I feel like that's everyone's horror story that we
Yeah.
heard prior to us opening the bakery. Like, oh my gosh, where are we going to find a contractor that we
contractors.
trust that isn't just going to drop us like a hot potato and leave when they get frustrated, you know?
Right.
So that happens more often than you think. So we were really lucky to have him through the process and really work on our timeline because we were trying to get our kitchen approved by the city prior to the whole bakery because we needed to move in because we were starting to pay rent already. So we needed to move into the kitchen so that we could start preparing for the coffee shop, our wholesale account, and for the holidays because unfortunately we missed Thanksgiving and Christmas in the bakery because that was the original plan, but construction just kept pushing us further and further back. So we didn't get to open till unfortunately the week before Valentine's Day. So as bittersweet as that was, like we said, things just happened for a reason. It just wasn't our time to open and things have been doing well ever since.
But Valentine's Day was great. I mean, I feel like we were ready to go and the community showed up for us. So it worked out.
And you said the community showed up for you guys to the amount of 700 people, a line around the door?
That grand opening day was pretty insane. It was just a straight line for 3 hours straight. So just the customers, so many family, friends, old clients of ours that have just become our friends and family, and just new customers from the Ahwatukee community. We tried really hard to get our name out there, and I feel like they really supported us on that weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, and our team really put in the work. I mean, I will never forget looking back behind the bar and the girls just like making lattes, and I mean they hustled and they got us through it, and we were super grateful.
And you guys are young. I mean, you're young in the game as far as. So, I mean, did you think this will be something I do when I'm, I don't know, in my 40s or later down the road? I mean, you're learning important lessons very young in life.
Yes, it's crazy because, you know, when we were younger, in our early 20s, I feel like opening a bakery was just a dream. When we were both working in a grocery store, we thought, this is our career. This is where we're going to be for the next 20 years. This is where I'm going to retire. Yeah. And then when that just didn't really pan out how we thought it would, it's just crazy to think that we're actually pursuing our dream, like in our early 30s. Yeah. This was like a dream come true. So
we have a weird story. So her and her husband have been together since they were 16. Oh, wow. I've been with my husband since we're 16. We both don't have kids. We both are dog moms. So like everything worked out. But in addition to that, throughout this build and being so young, I really don't think we could do it without our husbands. Yeah. Our husbands both are super supportive.
They're here in an instant when we need them on their days off. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Shout out to the
Alex.
hubs.
Thanks, Edgar.
Yeah.
And then that means you guys know how to make a commitment. You know how to work through issues in relationships, which would be, you know, with that marital spouse or your business spouse. I mean, so you know how to navigate those waters as well. So that's awesome.
I think a lot of people showed a lot of hesitancy when I would mention, oh yeah, I'm opening a business with a partner. Like, well, what does that mean?
Yeah.
Like 50-50.
Who is that person?
I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't do it with anybody else. Yeah. So I feel like it's been really awesome to just go with this process with each other. So definitely if you're going to go into a partnership, you have to trust your person 100%. Yeah. It's honestly like a marriage. I always tell her, I'm like, you're basically my work wife. So
yeah, for sure. Well, money's tied. Livelihoods are attached. I want to talk about, I mentioned you guys are young, but you're also really fun because you like to tie in some baked goods to the concerts, to the baseball games, to the Instagram, things that people want to travel to. What was the concert that just came in where you had people come in who had just Googled you? What was this? 50 Cent? Was this 50
for
Cent?
Bad Bunny.
Oh, Bad Bunny.
Yeah, Bad Bunny is like, it's a huge Instagram thing. And so we posted some drinks to invite people in.
Why is Bad Bunny such a huge Instagram thing?
Well, he's just spicy.
Okay.
He's big on Instagram, like for themed things at restaurants or bakeries or coffee shops. And so we had a lot of people come from out of town for the restaurant or for the concert, and they stopped by our shop, which we thought was so cool.
What did you guys do for the Bad Bunny? What was it?
So we did a bunch of decorated sugar cookies with some of his quotes from his new songs, his albums. And then we also did a drink special, like a specialty drink with like macadamia nut caramel. We called it, what did we call it? That was a really fun drink though.
I don't remember. But it had like an edible photo of him on the drink.
Oh my
glitter,
gosh.
sprinkles. We kind of went a little crazy. So it was really cute though.
And what about 50 Cent? What was the 50 Cent?
Oh, 50 Cent came into concert and we did 50 Cent iced tea all day on the day of his concert. So that was a really fun way to kind of bring people in and just try the iced tea, you know?
That's our thing. We like to play throwback like Y2K, late 90s music. And so 50 Cent is just part of our like teen years, I guess.
Yeah.
So we did like a super cheesy like iced tea Photoshop situation where he was holding one of our cups and everyone loved it. So
that was really fun.
So it's baseball season now. I imagine you guys are hometown girls, right?
She's a big baseball girly too.
A die-hard D-backs fan. My husband proposed to me at a D-backs game. So
oh my gosh.
We're big baseball fans. So we'll have baseball cookies, Rice Krispie treats, giant cookies, some fun themed like desert pear drinks, just to tie in with Arizona.
Oh wow! So how much do you think of that Arizona flair when you're thinking of flavors for the teas, etc.?
I think tons, and we like to source from local companies. So we use Passport Iced Tea, which you can find locally around the valley. So when we come up with drinks, we always think about like desert skies and just like fun things that go with it.
Yeah, a lot of fruity flavors, light and fun. So passion fruit, desert pear, guava, things like that.
Ooh, sounds delicious.
They're so good.
Besides work, What are you guys loving in Arizona right now? What are you doing? What are you reading? What are you eating? What are you drinking? What are you loving in Arizona right now?
I'm loving hiking. I love the springtime here in Arizona because me and my husband love to go hiking up South Mountain, Camelback Mountain, up to Sedona, Strawberry, wherever. We love just kind of traveling around the state a little bit when we have the time. And just trying local coffee shops, going to local events, fun stuff like that. We're big volleyball people, so we go play competitive adult volleyball at some local gyms. So that's our little fun
away from work.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. We do a lot of car shows. So my husband's into cars. So we do a lot of like local car shows. There was just one in downtown Chandler that he loves to go to. And then one of my like secret gem restaurants I love, if you've never been there, it's called Chilte.
Oh, yeah.
Chilte is amazing, owned by a chef that I really look up to. And their story is really cool. So I love that. And then we are big fair trade coffee fans too. So we like fair trade coffee.
Mis Raíces coffee. We just love going to other bakeries.
Window coffee. We love window coffee.
Avocado. Oh, the farmers markets.
Oh, yeah.
Go Avocado.
Oh, we're
best.
diehard. Go
Yeah.
avocado. Have you ever had
avocado
that?
toast, is it?
Yes.
Oh, but it's the best avocado toast you'll ever have.
Literally the
So
best.
good. They have like an elote avocado toast.
Oh,
It has like
yum.
street corn on top. It's
She's
so
at the
good.
Uptown Market and the Gilbert Farmers Market. So we
Okay.
love going to the markets because we have dogs too. So we get some dog bones over there. So a lot of things like that. We haven't been able to do that for a little bit right now.
No, you've been a little busy.
but it's in the works to have some days off here and
Yes.
there.
Do you guys have any days off right now?
Monday is a sort of day off. So Monday we get to work from home and just do some admin work, write schedules, submit payroll.
But is
pay
the shop
bills.
open?
No.
No. Okay,
No.
Monday's closed.
Yeah, we're closed Monday, Tuesday. Monday is our day off, and then Tuesday is like our prep day.
Oh, my gosh. Are you guys having fun?
We
Yeah.
are.
We are.
It's.
We
I
have
don't even think
bags
it's
under
hit
our eyes,
me.
but we're having fun.
Yes. I don't think it's hit me yet
Yeah.
that we
Yeah.
own our own shop.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
It's kind of been like boom, boom, boom since we opened. It was holiday after holiday. And I feel like now going into May, we've kind of passed it all and kind of had April to breathe. So we're just excited. We feel a little refreshed now.
Yeah. Well, good. Well, congratulations.
Thank
Thank
you.
I've
you.
enjoyed being kind of along for the ride on your journey
I know.
from the home bakery to the storefront.
It's kind of crazy from our home studio to here. So
Yeah, and I met you guys then. How long ago was that? Was that 5 years ago? Did we come
that
up with?
was about 3 or 4 years
Yeah.
ago. Yeah. It's kind of crazy to think
It's
about.
really cool. Thanks for sticking with us.
Oh,
I know.
Of course. Well, I stick around for the treats.
And the coffee.
They are delicious. So I want you guys to think about Frosted Bakehouse when you're thinking about Mother's Day, when you're thinking about graduations. Maybe if you're going to Awatuki and you're at KTR and you're with the kids, that you'll pick up some cake pops and enjoy that way. And you also have those workshops and such coming up. Christina, Sally, it's so great to see you. Frosted Bakehouse in Awatuki.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening to Jamie's Local Love, the podcast. I'm your host, Jamie Soretta. Our technician is Tom Heidinger. Our editors are Lorraine Shearing and Gina Coy. Do you know a business worthy of some local love? Email me at jsoretta@azfamily.com. Follow us at facebook.com/Soretta and Instagram @Soretta News. Make sure to subscribe and give us a 5-star review, please. And tell your friends about the podcast and the businesses we feature to show your local love. You can find us on Apple, YouTube, Spotify, Amazon Music, and anywhere you get your podcasts.
Jamie's Local Love, an Arizona's Family Originals podcast.